Hey, hey, hey. It's the Chaos Queen here, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
I know what you mean, Ferb. It does seem like more than 104 days.
Oh, you know what? I forgot something upstairs. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Say something witty in my absence.
Where are your wireless headphones?
Actually, I'm wearing them. I've left the room, but I...
see, exactly. So it's not like you're actually going anywhere.
They're going to cut out as soon as I go up the stairs. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay,
Hold on a second.
Good luck on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we don't do wireless headphones around here.
Okay, then. Carry on.
All as I'm saying is, initially when Phineas and Ferb was put on Disney Plus, when they had it all up to the end of season 4, I swear, Phineas and Ferb Star Wars, Mission Marvel, and one or two of the other ones were whole. The whole length. They weren't split up into Phineas and Ferb Star Wars and then Phineas and Ferb Star Wars Part 2. Like Charlie Sheen over here. Part 2. Hot Shots or something.
I was looking to see if we could just see them in order somewhere, but I'd actually have to go on Disney Plus to see what order they're. I don't have my TV in front of me, so. I suppose I could look on my phone. I do have Disney Plus on the phone, but that's too much like work. I don't think that's the thing that we could do right now. Oh, I feel like I'm muted, or you're muted, or our connection broke.
No. Yeah, I was muted. God damn. You always tell me about this judicious use of mute. I sit here talking for 10 minutes. Yes. You don't have to worry.
Why did you mute yourself again?
Because I had to cough or fart or burp or something, and nobody wants to hear
Nobody wants to hear me cough, burp, and swear. So
Well, swearing's allowed. I mean,
mute. Yeah.
I mean, you are Sweary the Swan, but I don't know what it was. Where initially they were, yes. So
Bring
Candace
your
against
with that mouth. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yes, Candace Against the Universe is its own separate movie, and yes, these were their own, like Mission Marvel, Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. But on Disney Plus, they have them split up into two 25-minute episodes. Star Wars, Save Summer, and what was the other one? They split up Night of the Living Pharmacists, which is weird to me. I didn't realize that was... Wow, I didn't realize Night of the Living Pharmacist was a special. I thought that was a shorter episode. Holy crap. So, and then of course, Last Day of Summer is split up into two. They even split up the Alka Files. I'm like, what are you doing, Disney Plus? The Alka Files, how is... I guess I don't remember. We'll figure it out, folks, once we get to those episodes. Right now, though... Return of the Rogue Rabbit. Dennis is back, baby. Why? We don't know.
There were so many unanswered questions from the last time Dennis the Rogue Rabbit was on the show.
Yeah, pretty much. And Alcatraz, get it? Alcatraz. Yes.
Anyway, Dennis, the most wanted lagomorph, miraculously escaped from Alca's maximum security prison sometime this morning. Evidence suggests that Dennis was snatched away by a ninja disco robot. If this isn't the work of Doofenshmirtz, then Carl will eat my hat.
Hey!
Dennis the Rogue Rabbit is broken out by Norm and Doofenshmirtz.
I love this outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
As he was breaking into the... It looked like the Daily Planet. I'm like, why is he infiltrating the Daily Planet? What's going on there?
I mean, that's a whole other commentary, the Daily Planet looking like a prison, but I guess it could. It's
entirely possible. Anyway, what happened?
So, apparently... I was gonna say Fizabella. Who the fuck is Fizabella? I don't know, Isabella. They,
Dr. Isabella. She's a physician.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, physician that makes soda. Like that's a thing.
That's a really old joke. And
Yes, it is.
people don't make soda anymore.
Nope, they don't. Just robots and machines and computers do at this point. But Isabella and the Fireside Girls, they want to do a marionette show and they want to put on a puppet show. And Phineas is like, "Why not just do a big puppet show?" Like, okay. So
I thought they were going to do a 20-foot tall version of the Den Mother, which would have been amazing.
yeah, that would have been amazing.
20-foot tall Marlon Brando. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah. So, for me personally, the whole good part of this episode is with Doof, Norm, and the Rogue Rabbit. I could give two craps less about the marionettes and that song. Ugh. The puppet show song. Oh, okay. God. It is... Nope, not me. Not for me, apparently, because the
puppet show. All right.
Yeah, giant puppet show. Oh boy, but yeah, so we got. It's from it's by a lady named Jen Hirsch, and she has done previous, and she will do future songs on the show. The previous song that she did was Double Dutch Song, which the Double Dutch Machine from whatever episode that was that Doofenshmirtz had to double Dutch. That would be from When Worlds Collide, which was from season 3. And this, it says that the Giant Puppet Show song is techno. I don't know any techno that sounds like that.
Really? I didn't.
That's what the wiki says it is. It says the music style is techno. I don't know any techno.
The clip because I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. We do have the Doof and Puss theme instrumental when they're doing their whole Doof and Puss thing. And then, like I said, breaking out of the Rogue Rabbit because Doofenshmirtz has one side of it, but he doesn't have the other side of it, and that's what he wants Dennis the Rogue Rabbit for. And then at the end we get Candace and, oh, Mr. Cutie Patootie, where the hell did you go? Where did you come from? Where have you been all my life? What's wrong with you? So yeah, that's what we got.
He was in prison. He was serving time. He was in the big house.
That's
in
right.
The joint. In the pokey. The lockup.
Yep.
Down in county. But yeah, I like the disco ball. I didn't understand the disco ball. I'm like, why is there a disco ball? And again, that's why I was thinking of Daily Planet, because it had this building with a giant disco ball on top. But the disco ball.
Oh, you didn't know why the disco ball was there?
Well, it occurred to me once they actually started to use the disco ball.
Okay, I was going to say, if you didn't know why the disco ball was there,
to deflect the lasers.
Lasers.
Right.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is your average 5-year-old's not going to know how laser security works. Just deflecting the laser is not going to help. You got to deflect the laser back into its receptacle in order to maintain that uninterrupted laser beam. You can't just disco ball it. That's not how it works.
Science here at the Geekcast Radio Network, folks.
It was cool, though. All right, so he just jumped up into the disco ball and was like, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, but I liked it. I didn't like the recurring Lagomorph joke.
Yeah, I got sick of that pretty
Lagomorph.
quick.
I'm like a Lagomorph. There's only one Lagomorph, and it's a 9-foot tall bunny-eared alien with jaws that shoot out. It's an alien. It's a xenomorph that has been impregnated into a rabbit.
Wow!
It's a horrible, horrible thing to see. You got all these little bunny rabbits around the dinner table eating, and then the one just goes, ah! And falls on the table, and this thing, Lagomorph, jumps out of its chest. Terrifying.
Yeah. Okay, Spaceballs.
They had to be there.
Yeah, exactly. He had to be there in 1987 when it was done right. Oh, boy.
1978 would have done the first time.
1987
Actually, no,
was-
wait a minute. Alien wasn't 78, was it?
Alien wasn't. I'm not an Alien movie fan. I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
You gonna ignore me for 10 minutes while you look it up?
No. I'm not even looking it up because I'm not an Alien fan.
Somebody's gonna quote and be like, actually, Alien came out in 1980. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure
I know
it
it
70.
didn't. Yeah, I know it did not come out in. I know it did not come out in 80. I know that for a fact. There's no way.
No, it came out in 79. There it is.
9, yeah, there it is. See,
I was
look.
a year off.
Yeah. See, look.
I knew it came out
after
Star Wars, right?
Uh-huh.
Oddly enough, there was a Lagomorph in Star Wars as well. He was 9 foot tall and green.
Wait, what?
I'm not making this up. This is something that happened.
Okay, Rogue Rabbit, folks. Dennis I keep waiting for a "Hey, Mr. Wilson" joke, but I keep forgetting he's a fucking rabbit.
I know.
He's not a boy next door. Yeah.
His name was Jackson.
Oh.
Jackson, the 9 foot tall green Lagomorph.
I would make a really.
I'm not making this up. I'm just
I remember this now. I would make a really, really bad Jack joke, but I'm not.
Yeah,
going
don't do that. Don't do that. I was actually thinking of a Karate Kid, Jacks on, Jacks off, but
that's exactly that's the joke. Yep.
Oh no, because you got to do the hand movements with it, on and off. But Mr. Miyagi.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. All right, this is going in the wrong direction. I'm so sorry.
No,
I apologize. Let's apologize to everyone who has to listen to this rabbit hole. Rabbit! It's a rogue rabbit hole. Love it. All right. Okay. All right. Where were we? What were we talking about? Something about Mr. Patootie being down at the docks.
Yeah, something like that. What's he doing down there?
It's another one of those things that adults would be like, I see what you did there.
Yep.
But then he was actually down at the docks, which made me giggle.
Yep.
I wasn't sure how much I liked the idea of like a nanite suit that like did anything he wanted it to. I'm like, okay, so we've kind of gone from Secret Agent 007 type gear to Iron Man. And my initial thought was Iron Man would eat the hell out of James Bond. It would just, it wouldn't even be a contest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is not the James Bond episode, so I mean that's okay.
No, but I mean, honestly, Secret Agent Perry is kind of an homage.
Yeah.
He's got the
little bit
all of the gadgets. Let's say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of has to fight Mr. Stark. There, I mean, technically, Perry at this point is Obadiah. Or maybe Dennis is Obadiah. Perry's supposed to be Iron Man. Where's Perry's Iron Man suit? Huh, Major Monogram? Did you think about that?
He's actually got one back at the lair. It's on the wall.
That's true. He just didn't just.
He totally could have worn that. I don't.
He could have.
What?
It's after Labor Day. It's all right.
You can wear exosuits after Labor Day. Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Completely acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna pinch you.
Nope. No. I mean, And hey,
wear your exosuit on exosuit day. Now you're gonna get pinched. That's
right.
Right?
But every day should be exosuit day. I mean,
honestly, that's what I've been saying for years.
Mm-hmm. I've been saying that since 1986 when exosuits were first a thing.
Exo Warriors. That's funny. Forgot about
That's not where I was going.
Where were you going?
1986 exosuit. Of course, Dad's exosuit. He told me all about it. Come on, man. Get it. Get it. Giant robots? Really? Wow. Some Transformers fan you are. When Daniel puts on the exosuit in 1986.
Criminy, yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
No, that
His
escaped me.
Transformers brain just died, folks.
I was drawing a blank. I had no idea. I'm like, Dad's exosuit. It sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a blank. The little hamster in my head was off its wheel. That was the problem.
Yeah, your little hamster must have ate some dark energon or something, because damn. You're not talking about Transformers enough, apparently.
Apparently not, yeah.
Apparently not. Oh, boy.
See, we're supposed to be talking about Mr. Cutie Patootie here.
No, don't, and stop. Oh, God. I was kind of hoping Candace wasn't going to find out that he was back, really, honestly, because... yeah.
Mr. Cutie Patootie disappeared. Yeah, he did.
And then we went.
I just thought it was funny that even though Mr. Cutie Patootie wasn't actually a special agent, he still reverts back to mindless pet mode when anybody's nearby. It's like he didn't have to. There's no rule that says he has to. It's like professional courtesy, right?
I don't think it's professional courtesy. I think it's just learned behavior. If you've done something enough your whole life, it's going to be really hard for you to break that pattern. Maybe Alka is just the Matrix, and all the animal agents are plugged in, and it takes a while for them to get unplugged and revolutionized or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Worked in a Matrix reference 25 years later.
Good times.
Yeah, so this one, any other thoughts on this? Anything else you want to discuss with this one? Because, oh boy.
It is what it is. Give it a 3.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it, but, like, I wish there was less of the, like, Phineas's marionette explanation was a little too long. Like,
oh my god, that was hilarious. They were just, like, at the diner table.
Yeah, so they were at Mr. Slushy Dog.
No, this has to be a reference to some movie, and they're just talking, and there's just all this fighting going on behind them, and I was thinking it had to have been a reference to a movie. I'm not sure which one, but that was the other reference that I noticed was Of Mice and Men.
Yep, Of Mice and Men. Yep.
Yeah, and I will hug him and love him, and I will call him George.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had to read that in high school.
Everybody had to read that in high school.
Kids nowadays, they don't read Of Mice and Men anymore.
Kids nowadays don't read anything unless it's on their screen.
Well, Of Mice and Men is not on their screen.
It probably could be. I mean, I wouldn't put that past. Yeah. Wouldn't put that past Amazon to put Of Mice and Men on the Kindle store. Or Apple, for that matter. If you're an i person or if you're a rotten fruit device person, I wouldn't put it past Apple to put Of Mice and Men on the iBook store. Because remember, folks, it's the iBook store. It's like the books on your shelf, except they're on your screen. Yay!
When you first saw this reference in Bugs Bunny cartoons 40 years ago, did you realize it was from Mice and Men?
Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't read Of Mice and Men when you were 5.
No, but once I read it later,
then you were like, hey.
I read Of Mice and Men like in middle school, which was like 93 to 96. Yeah. So I was 13 to 16 by the time I read Mice and Men, and then I saw the cartoon again, and I'm like, oh, hey, a better version of Mice and Men. Because Looney Tunes kicks ass.
Had just read that book the day before, too, because that book's not that old.
What, Of Mice and Men?
Yeah.
That book's pretty old.
Look it up now. Gotta make me look it up.
I'm already there.
Wait a minute. No. It
Told you!
In 1937.
Yeah! Very old.
But remember, these Looney Tunes cartoons came out in the 40s, so this book wasn't that old at the time.
No, folks. Let me Looney Tunes started before Of Mice and Men. They started, Sinking in the Bathtub was 1930 to present. So Looney Tunes is 7 years older than Of Mice and Men is.
Well, Looney Tunes might have been older, but that particular cartoon wouldn't have been.
Oh, which one? What's the name of that one?
You think Steinbeck stole that bit from Looney Tunes?
No. I know I know the short. I know the cartoon is.
Yeah.
It was in the 40s, but the overall franchise started before Of Mice and Men. Is my point.
Ah. Oh yeah, of course. But
yeah, of course.
It was written in 37.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 37.
I was not around when it came out. I'm not that old. I'm pretty old, but I'm not that old.
You're that old.
Not that old.
I don't even
think my parents are that old. My grandparents might be that old. I don't know. I'll have to ask if they remember when Steinbeck was written. Or when Of Mice and Men, Steinbeck wrote Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men was written 36 years before your birth.
What's funny is that what's funny is you know who's old? No. What's funny is that Povenmire knew the reference and knew exactly where it came from. He might have read it when it came out. I don't know.
Or he might have seen the Looney Tunes cartoon. You never know. But we'd like to think he read it. All right, folks, we are going to move on to Live and Let Drive.
And to get you here in style, we've provided you with a vintage 1963 Olsen Martin. So I'll see you after the wipe.
I think you're the 007 fan here. I'm not so much a huge fan of James Bond.
Yeah,
I caught all the references because I've seen the movies, right? But
right, yeah.
You know, this was the type of thing where my mom really liked James Bond, and she would make me watch them with her. So it became more of a chore than a pleasurable movie watching experience.
Yeah, that's kind of like me with my dad in the 90s and reruns of Star Trek TOS on Big 58 in Louisville, Kentucky. Blah.
I love the old Star Trek stuff. Nobody forced me to watch that, though.
Well, that's
old Doctor Who came on Channel 11 at Sunday night. I was past my bedtime, and I'm up watching Doctor Who. Nobody forced me to watch Doctor Who.
Up until like 2012, I didn't like. I know Doctor Who had been going on for so long at that point, but like 2010, 2012, somewhere around there is when I first started hearing about it because of the 2005 series. And I tried like one or two episodes of the 2005 series, and I'm like, I just don't get it, and I just walked away. I have no like or dislike of it. I'm indifferent to it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
It's very British.
Yeah, it's very British.
Very British. So,
speaking of things very British,
you're going to read the intro, or did you want to jump directly?
Yeah. Speaking of things very British, it's Live and Let Drive. Agent P travels to the glamorous city of Montevilabad, and I'm probably mispronouncing that to all hell.
Mountain Town.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. To stop Doof from winning the Grand Prix. Notice, folks, we said Prix, not pricks. And collecting the prize money when Doof uses his I Don't Care-inator to sabotage the race and eliminate the competition, including international racing legend Paolo van der Beek, James' ancestor?
I think he was in Dawson's Creek, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't that? Yeah. Agent P must take the wheel and go head-to-head with Doof on the racetrack. Okay, now I understand and I get that the reference is to the... Where's the illusions here? Because we're going to go right down to
huge
Dario.
Rip-off of Cars 2.
Yeah, technically, yes, but unfortunately that's not even listed in this anywhere. But
I'm really surprised, yeah.
But the character of Paolo van der Beek is loosely based off of Dario Franchetti, who was the Italian, Scottish, Swiss, Dutch, as a parody of the Indianapolis 500 winner who was Scottish and Italian. Now, please tell me I'm not
this up, right? Yeah.
No, it's in the wiki. Look down in the illusions. That it's in the wiki. So now, but my thing is, so Paolo van der Beek, when I first saw and heard the guy, I'm like, he's Italian. He's got red and blue on, and he sounds like a certain plumber from a certain
That's
kingdom.
what I thought. I
that was
totally
my.
thought. I was like, "This is Mario Kart, isn't
It's
it?"
a him,
This is a
Mario.
Mario Kart reference.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And
me.
oh my god! I didn't even get the. I just got the Mario part. I didn't even put together Mario Kart. Oh my god! This whole
Mario
episode
Kart
is a
Okay.
Mario Kart track.
So
God.
well, wait a minute. Is it Mario Kart? Is it Cars 2? We're not sure, but we're not done
It's
yet
all of
because
it.
it's wacky races. Because
True. Yep.
well, again, this is another one of those 1970s cartoons that not everybody might remember, but Hanna-Barbera with the wacky races and Snidely. Oh, jeez, what was it? Is Snidely the dog and what was the other guy's name?
No. Stop. Just stop. It's
Okay,
Dick Dastardly and Muttley. Dick Dastardly was the guy, and Muttley was the dog.
who was Snidely?
Snidely
Wait, I never.
Snodgrass. He's one of the other racers. He's not a villain.
Oh, all right. Again, so long. It might even be before my time. But yeah, but the cars, they had these really unique race cars. And when I saw Doofenshmirtz's race car, I was like, oh my god, this is a wacky races thing.
Yep, very much so. It's
And
everything
he's
all
got
rolled
the
into
smoke
one.
screen and the spikes and all the oil slick, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
I thought it was funny, but there's all these over the top James Bond references. You've got Norm with the teeth. He's like, you already had teeth. He's like, but these are sharp.
These are sharp, sir. Yeah, that's right.
He say sharp or silver? I forget, but he was referring.
No, he said sharp.
Sharp. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's that's the point, because it's Jaws and Jaws is
Jaws.
sharp. Yeah.
Jaws. Oh man, they made a reference to the name of the type of car that James Bond drives. And
so that
the Aston Martin, and I wouldn't have known this if one just hadn't gone on for sale. It was like a huge thing where they sold like the original Aston Martin from it might have been from Casino Royale. I forget. But yeah, it was really cool to see. I was like, holy cow, that's an old ass car.
Yes, Casino Royale was the first, and the funny thing is, what they call it in this is the Martin Olsen, which is a reference to the it's a reference to the Aston Martin DB5, but it also is Martin Olsen is one of the writers, because Martin Olsen is the writer. The name of the car is the Olsen Martin, so it's Aston Martin. And at first, I didn't even put it together that they were also referencing one of their own writers, but the Olsen Martin. But that's cool.
I figure if I ever wrote a book, I'd have to pseudonym it as Wilson Michaels, because nobody would ever know that.
Right.
This guy. Who's this guy who's deceivingly charming?
Okay, President Scroob.
Possibly, yeah.
Please tell me you got. I've made that reference twice in this episode. I've made references to that movie twice in this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, thank God.
Spaceballs.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah.
Good old President
Snotty
Scroob.
beat me twice last night. It was wonderful.
That's right. Yes.
Didn't we make a reference last episode?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember.
I can't remember if that was during the episode or during the conversations we had afterward.
Probably something like that.
All the hosts of Top Gear were here.
Yep.
Which I thought was a weird choice. Do they normally commentate races? Is that a thing they do?
No, but it was a way to get them in to have them have the closing line or something.
Oh.
Where Adrian ends the race telecast with the phrase, and on that bombshell, Jeremy Clarkson frequently uses that phrase to end the episodes of Top Gear.
I wonder, if he just ad-libbed that, and they said, oh yeah, we're totally keeping it. Are they allowed to ad-lib? Do guest stars ad-lib because they're not used to actual scripts?
I think it was written probably because the show is very well written and jokes like that would go off very well, but it is a full-on reference of what he actually does say, so I don't know.
Oh, maybe. All right. Patrick Dempsey was the voice of Super Mario.
Yep. I see that name and I'm like, wait, who?
Grey's Anatomy.
I'm like, wait, who?
Oh my god, he was in Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh, the
Really?
guy that, yeah, no, that's the first thing I thought of was Dark of the Moon. I'm like, oh no, not that guy.
I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember him being in that. But again, my Transformers hamster is not on the track today.
Not on the
He's
track
not
today.
running full tilt.
Yeah, they don't even wow, they don't even yeah, so but yes, he was, and because I remember that ugly ass mug in that movie, unfortunately.
Why is he?
I'm saying sometimes Wikipedia picks bad pictures, okay?
Oh
Like,
wait, he was the Elon Musk in that movie. That's
yeah,
right.
he was Dylan. He was Dylan Gould. He was the Elon Musk
Okay.
of Transform. He was the Elon Musk before Elon
Clearly
Musk
he's
Musk for
evil.
Musk.
Yeah.
Yes, clearly he's Yes, clearly he's evil. Like, you know,
Saw that
you
coming a
know.
mile away. So much foreshadowing.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you know, cars, technology, it's all evil.
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 The whole thing, Transformers, they drive themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, sentient being aliens that actually want to, well, most of them want to keep us safe. The rest of them want to kill us, but this is
At
what
least
it
they
is.
don't want to eat us.
At least the toaster didn't come to life this time.
I laughed, you laughed, the toaster laughed.
I shot the toaster, yep.
It was a
See,
good
he
time.
can remember that
I
Transformers
remember
reference,
that
but he
reference.
can't remember something for almost 40 years ago.
Love that reference. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine. I laughed, we laughed.
The toaster laughed and I
The
shot
toaster laughed. That makes me
Yeah.
giggle every time.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
I
So no,
did
I like
like
this.
Doof's
I know
car.
you.
Yeah.
What car? Deuce car?
Yeah, Doof's car. I liked it. I thought it
The
was
wacky
good.
races car? Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was good.
Look like something that Homer Simpson designed.
Oh no, come on now. It's better than anything than some lowly drone in Sector 7G could design. What were you gonna
6V1.
say?
Oh no, I was like,
Yeah, the six
I don't
wheel.
remember the episode from the Boom Schlocka 320, but
Oh, the
apparently
Boom Schlocka 320i. That was the.
this car had made an appearance previously,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what? It did. All right,
Yeah, that
gonna have to see
was
a picture of that.
where. Hold on.
Oh my god, I just looked at the link for the Tyrrell P34, and it's Mirage.
Yep, it's Mirage.
It's Mirage. That's
It's
funny.
Mirage.
Or if you painted it yellow, that's drag strip.
Yep, good old drag strip.
See now, the hamster's back on the wheel. He's good. So, what do you think? I predict that you're gonna rank this one a little higher because it's a James Bond episode.
It's
It's
three
a
and a
Cars 2
half.
episode.
Yeah, it's a 3.5.
We
I
didn't even
mean,
talk about the I don't care Inator. What the hell is that all about?
I don't care about the I don't care. I am
Giving this a
ambivalent to
0 because I don't care. Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice plot device. It wasn't anything that was like the whole point of this is he's going to shoot the guy to make sure he doesn't care about racing so he can take over and win the money. But in the end, we all know Doof is not going to win.
Needs an Inator. I mean, even though it didn't explode, it it wasn't self-destructed. It's just, it was kind of an afterthought.
Yeah, so 1.5 points off for no self-destruction for the Inator. There you go.
Shoot him. Yeah.
3.5. Well, I'm sure he could accidentally shoot a bunch of other people. He's done that before.
Generally, it has a oh man, what's that rotating fan thing called? Where it just kind of spins around and shoots things randomly.
That's
oscillator.
Oscillator. There you go.
It has an oscillator. Yeah. And then
for the first like half a second of you asking that question, I'm like, what are you talking about? Bat fan? No.
Oscillator. That doesn't sound right. No, that's just wrong.
No, that's just wrong. What are you gonna get? What'd you say? A 3?
3. I give that a 3.
All right. Giant what?
There's a man cleaning the pool, and he says, Gladys, giant ultra. And the text says, I have another one, but it translates as, or no, he says, what did he say? He says, we have another one, but the actual, in French, it's actually, I have one other.
Oh, gotcha.
Giant ultra.
All right, folks. It is
ultra. What? Giant ultra.
Yeah, I don't need a giant Uno truck unless there's pizza in it. Thank you very much. I don't need a giant truck filled with cards.
Truck. That's right. You were just about to end this episode, but then somebody pulled the Uno reverse. Now you got to keep going.
That's right. Or skip red, skip blue.
I will skip you next week.
That's right. I'll see you next week.
There's the skip.
Taunt you a second time.
It's not my fault. That's the rules. I don't make the rules.
Oh, people have made up rules for Uno. Trust me, there's
giant
rules
Uno rules.
Like I said, if there's a giant Uno truck, it better have pizza with it for Pizzeria Uno.
Try it. I'm gonna with the iron piece. So mine's a giant Uno iron.
There you go.
I don't think that translates into French. Sorry.
No.
You're wrong.
Giant
un iron.
Oh my God! Now you're doing it a bad French accent. You're not even trying.
Exactly.
Wow.
I would try. This is really bad.
Oh,
all right, moving on.
It's a
giant.
One giant. Okay, now I have to really figure this out.
You Google Translate?
Yes.
Find the word.
You're
giant.
Well, this is your fault.
Truck.
You have put us on this path. So like,
stop it! Don't blame me.
Oh yeah, I blame
giant
you.
Uno truck. What's the word? What is it? Oh
man. Coffee. I can't even. I don't speak French. I just. Oh my God, no. Where's your?
Won't speak German. Nine.
There you go. That's what it is in
Camion
French.
Uno Géant. Well, that Un Fair Géant?
That's what it told me.
For giant Uno truck? Or just
one giant Uno. What did I put in here?
I don't know.
One giant iron. I didn't put truck.
Oh, iron. Oh, fair is iron. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Camion Fair Géant.
Yeah, that's wow. Google Translate, everybody. We hope you're learning new languages here at the Geekcast Radio Network.
And this episode brought to you by Duolingo.
No, this episode brought to you by Google Translate. Screw Duolingo.
Google Lingo. This episode brought to you by Google Lingo. Google's like, stop it. We don't own that. Stop it.
Yeah, they don't own it yet. They will.
Give it a couple days.
Yeah, get it. Yeah. December 31st into January 1st, 2024 into 2025. Google buys Duolingo. News at 11.
Called it. Wait, it has to be the plot of a Simpsons episode, and then we'll be like, called it.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, folks. Lost in Danville, a mysterious capsule falls to Phineas and Ferb's backyard and unleashes something they cannot control. Meanwhile, Perry discovers that Doofenshmirtz has been abducted.
Abducted.
That's right, he's been human trafficked.
Apparently it just fell out of the sky. Well, I guess it's the only one. Let's open it up and see what's inside.
I don't know how you can only human traffic one. Well, technically you can human traffic one person, but usually human trafficking is multiple people. But this was strange. This was really strange.
You know, it was really strange. It made no sense to me whatsoever. And then at the very end, there was a polar bear, and I was like, "This reminds me of Lost."
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this whole episode was written by Damon Lindelof, who wrote Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it
It's
didn't
like,
make
what?
sense in the TV show Lost, and it didn't
No.
make sense here. So of course
so
not.
there's so many Lindelof references here, and if you don't know his work, you're going to be like, this makes no sense. I don't understand what is going on here. And it's weird that he wrote it, but he wrote it specifically to parody his own work.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you got these two old people in a vault, and they just come out, and they're like, hey, we have this singularity in here with us. You know, why? Oh, it's because it's something I wrote in my other show, so I'm just gonna shoehorn it in here. Oh, okay.
So I'm wondering if he brought this idea to them and they let him run with it, or how any of that worked. Because, like you just said, this is
they go to him
essentially.
and be like, "Would you like to write a show?" I mean, that makes no sense, though. It's like, how often does that happen? Do they go to George Lucas and say, "Hey, would you like to write our Star Wars episode?" Like, oh yeah, sure, I'll figure it out. I don't know. It could have been worse, right?
And no wonder I didn't. So up until
Dan Lee, would you like to write our Marvel episode? Oh no, you write it yourself. Just make sure it has plenty of references to me in it. Yeah, like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Unlike the guy who actually did all the work, Mr. Kirby, because Kirby did all the work, Stan did all the promotion.
Kirby did all the drawing.
Well, yeah, but
Stan did the writing.
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about who invented it. It's got to be, Stan did all the heavy lifting with his brain.
Mm-hmm.
They were
so.
A team.
They were a team.
More important. They were a team.
Yeah. So the thing of it is, folks, is I didn't even really realize this was a Lost episode because I've never seen Lost. I don't care about Lost. The only thing that I noticed about Lost was like, hey, it's Charlie from Party of Five starring in a television show, because Matthew Fox was Charlie from Party of Five. And I was so confused up until the end when Doofenshmirtz tries to talk to Mr. Spooky Guy over here. And then I thought, wait, did I get sucked into the Inator Method? Am I watching the wrong episode? Literally, when we got to the point of him trying to explain, no, you got to do your backstory, and how is Peter the Panda your nemesis? That whole thing, I was like, oh, so this is the Inator Method. It's not the Inator Method. The Inator Method is the next episode, but like, I got lost on the Lost episode of Phineas and Ferb, folks. Sorry, not sorry. Didn't dislike it. I just didn't know what the hell they were trying to do because I've never seen the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it turns out that the villain, the quote unquote villain, is the son of the two old people in the thing. Mom, Dad, where have you been?
they were in a vault with a singularity.
Stuck in time for 40 years.
Oh, time does move slower near the event horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, what?
Yeah.
Dozens of Schrodinger's cats. Else did I?
Yeah, no Schrodinger, no cat.
Yeah, no, there's an awful lot of just weird stuff.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Here. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the Doofenshmirtz side looked like. Because there was one. It was
Yeah, it's the. What are you trying to remember here? What are we looking at? So he's. What is he doing?
The whole thing happens in an alternate universe, though.
Yeah, so Doof doesn't really have.
Stuff that was happening was like, wait a minute, this isn't happening right.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have noticed that Phineas had an odd number of stripes on his shirt to begin with, but apparently that was a thing that happened the entire time that we should have noticed.
I guess so.
Yeah, because his dad's a polar bear in an alternate reality.
This was
somehow,
just too.
Somehow the universe has the multiple universe theory includes people whose dads are polar bears.
I guess
because that could happen, I suppose.
Oh, I didn't even recognize it. But the guy who the Mr. Mystery here, Professor Mystery, he's voiced by Terry O'Quinn, who obviously starred in Lost along with Matthew Fox. Oh God, I didn't even recognize his voice. No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who else was it? Dietrich Bader was Albert. I didn't know that Dietrich Bader voiced Albert.
Does he normally or does he not normally voice Albert?
I guess he normally voices Albert, which I maybe I made this reference before in a different Albert episode. He doesn't show up very often, let alone speak. But oh no, actually he didn't. It says designates a character that did not appear in this episode, which is weird because my funny Dietrich Bader episode or reference here is that he plays Batman on the
Brave and the Bold
series.
But he originated it. He originated in Brave and the Bold. Yep,
he's an awesome Batman.
Yeah.
No, he's no Kevin Conroy.
No,
but he's an awesome Batman.
He's an awesome version of absolutely.
Yeah, no, the Harley Quinn version, which is, I mean, if you haven't watched the Harley Quinn series, go out and watch it. It's adult oriented, but it's hilarious. So funny.
Oh, yeah, I knew he was voiced by... Yeah, because Irving... Okay, where's Irving? Where'd Irving go?
Irving was in this episode.
Yeah, he was, but Irving... Yeah, because he's like, what are you doing here, Albert? So I remember this because Jack McBrayer is the voice of Irving. Jack... what's Jack do? Why? Wait, they have in okay.
Somebody owes him money because he just keeps showing up.
Yeah, something like that. 30 Rock, Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, Jack is Fix-It Felix or
no?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I have this right. I'm scrolling. John C. Reilly is Ralph. Jack McBrayer is Fix-It Felix in Wreck-It Ralph. So Irving is Fix-It Felix. And the only reason why I remember...
Felix? That's insane.
Yeah. And the only reason why I remember that Albert, his older brother, is voiced by Dietrich Bader is because the voices are so dissimilar to each other. They're just complete opposite. Like Irving is kind of like down here, where Albert is kind of like over this. And I know I'm doing really, really bad. I'm not even trying to do any impressions.
But
I'm just trying
hearing Albert, I would not place Dietrich Bader. Batman.
I would.
I was like, holy crap, that's Dietrich Bader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I placed good old Oswald from the Drew Carey Show immediately once because we've seen Albert before.
Yeah,
we've seen Albert. What was the first episode Albert was in? It was about here, carry my action figures, Irving. Oh, that Albert. Oh, always talking about having him carry his action figures and how Albert was the superior brother to the two of them. Whatever. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I remember Dietrich being the voice of Albert. Now, at first, I thought it was like, they had this voice in this episode, and then I thought it was multiple voices of Albert, but it isn't. It's always been Dietrich.
All right.
Anything else on being lost in Danville?
No, like I said, it was just really weird, and it was really weird. Oh, and and there was a hamster on the wheel in this episode.
There was, yes, there was.
Aha! It's not just me.
No, it was this one. Yep. Yeah. Because you gotta keep that hamster moving.
Gotta keep that hamster running, or else the universe ends.
Yep. Yeah, apparently so. In Lost World, anyway. Somebody get some Jurassic Park around here or something or other. Get some dinosaurs. Yeah. What are you going to give this one?
I didn't hate it, but I was confused by it, and the ending I thought was clever, so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
All right, I am 1 full point below you. The only reason why it's getting a 2.5 instead of anything else is because of the ending. Like, literally, I thought I was in a completely different episode when we get to the point of Doof complaining to Professor Mystery Dude or whatever the hell. Like, when Doof's like, well, you got to do this. You got to do that. Like, literally, I thought there was a whole other thing. The rest of this was just too weird. It was just absolutely too strange for me.
Weird stuff going on. It was actually a relief at the end to find out that this was a different universe.
Hopefully it's a universe we will never see again. Hopefully.
Well, unless Damon Lindelof comes back and decides to write a sequel.
Let's hope not. Please, no and don't. No, don't, and stop.
I'm so glad my dad's not a polar bear. That would be awkward.
Yeah, well, I mean, if your dad was a polar bear and my dad was a penguin, they could be in a commercial together with warring cola companies. Wow.
That would make sense.
Zoom! Right over your head.
No, I caught where you're coming from. But, yeah, because the polar bear is very Coca-Cola. Don't even get me started on how Coca-Cola is the birthplace of the Santa Claus myth. Look it up.
I bought because I buy my Diet Coke in 24 packs these days, and I bought a 24 pack just before Halloween this year.
Yeah.
And what do you know? The merchandising for Coca-Cola, for Coke Company, the Coke, whatever the hell it's called,
already a thing.
Already had Santa Claus on the cans and the box. I'm like, Halloween hasn't even gotten here yet. What about Thanksgiving? Can we have like a turkey cola mascot? Like,
no.
Santa, Coke. That's why I always reference the polar bears when it comes to Coke during the holidays, because it's easier to wrap your head around a polar bear drinking a Coca-Cola than Coca-Cola starting the Santa Claus myth. Because we all know the Santa Claus myth or legend started in 1994 with Tim Allen.
So disappointed in you.
What? Wait, what? Why?
So disappointed. Because everybody knows that the legend started in 1966 with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, that was 64.
With
Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass. Rankin Bass. I'm like, why did the word Blaskin come out? Right, Rankin Bass. Yeah. From 1966.
Yep.
All those Christmas episodes in stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I didn't realize that there were, because I wasn't alive at the time, but there were additional Rankin Bass episodes that were made.
Oh yeah.
And there were. I mean, it was like the ones I remember from when I was a kid was Rudolph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like the sequel to Rudolph where he has to go to somewhere and find Baby New Year.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it. And then there was another one, but there was like 3 that we have to watch every year, right? And this is just how it's done. Oh, there was the one with Jack Frost.
Yep.
And these the staple, you got to watch them. But there's like 10 of them. They just kept making. They're like, whoa, that seemed to work. Let's make more. And I had no idea, but you can't find them anymore.
Oh yes, you can. Yes, you can.
They're on like some DVD set that nobody actually owns.
No, dude. This is the new age. This is the new stuff. Yeah, no, they are upscaling and doing all kinds of 4K things with these things. I guarantee. And for the record, folks, he keeps saying 1966. It is not. Get your Batman brain out of here. It was 1964. It is 60 years old this year. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I was 2 years off. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But
again, I wasn't alive.
Neither was I, but I at least know. You
just Googled it. Stop it.
No, I knew before I even Googled it because Funko released Rudolph Pops this year to celebrate the 60th anniversary.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So the quote-unquote franchises that they have that you can look on each of the things here. They've got the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer franchise, 1964 to 79. The Little Drummer Boy, which was from 68 to 76. Frosty from 69 to 79. And then Santa Claus is Coming to Town from 70 to 79. Which, how Santa Claus is Coming to Town needs a sequel or a franchise is beyond me. That's a little wacky there. And Frosty, oh god, I love the original Frosty,
Frosty
but
the Snowman, yes.
Yeah.
But did we really need 5 of them? No, probably not. The original, though, is classic.
Yeah. The original is timeless, and I will also say that the 1979 Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July was also a classic because it's Christmas in July. Yeah,
remember that one?
Yeah, that was it was before they did the Frosty Returns in '92. I can tell you that. But yeah, actually, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, which is '76, I didn't even know that. Like, I thought it went Frosty, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, Frosty Returns. Didn't even know about that. And then they have
nowadays you can do that style of animation in CGI.
Oh, yeah.
And it would you'd never know. You'd never know that it wasn't like shot for shot in a studio. It would just be in a computer.
I would know.
You would know.
I would hope I would know.
Still know. I don't know. You know, it's like, you know, when you watch South Park, you don't realize that it's not actual just pieces of construction paper glued onto a page anymore. It's actual all in a computer.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point, somebody has to create the drawing. Like even Phineas and Ferb. Like,
did you ever see the original
South Park?
The original South Park that was made with construction paper.
Yeah, back in the '90s.
Yeah. But that's like, you know, clearly that's construction paper. And then the stuff they made afterwards, it still looks like construction paper, but you know, occasionally they throw in some 3D elements or something. But it's like it's all in the computer. You never know.
Well, that was the whole thing back then when they did South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. Like, they were trying to switch animation stylings and whatever else. And animation has been
someone had to have made something like a Rankin and Bass type stop motion animated feature in CGI that looks like a 1964 original. Someone's done this. I guarantee someone's done this. I'm not going to Google it now because we still got a whole other episode to talk about. But
yeah. Speaking of that episode, Speaking of that episode, we should get to the Inator Method. This is easily the best episode of the day.
Is it?
Easily.
Okay.
I already wrote it down.
He wrote it down. Easily the best. It's written right here.
Yeah, right here. Exactly.
All right, racers. Status check.
Southern check.
Uranus check.
Buford, that is not how it is pronounced.
It is on this channel.
Venus?
Intergalactic planetary racing patch? Check.
Mars?
All ready.
Earth?
Earth is ready to go.
Neptune? Check. Jupiter? Check. Pluto is go. Albert, what are you doing here? Pluto isn't even a planet. That is still in dispute. Racers, start your planets!
Phineas and Ferb create their own model solar system and have a planet race, while Candace tries to multitask by doing her chores and playing a Ducky Momo game at the same time. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz leads a motivational seminar for inventors. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, you're right. This is the best one. Yeah. Is it for inventors, really? I thought they were just kind of like down on their luck schmoes that were looking for a self-help guru. Tell them how to live their life or something.
Probably, but that's what the wiki says in the description. If somebody would like to dispute that or correct the wiki, they can do so on their own time. I don't know. That's what it says
lab
here.
coats. That's all I'm saying. You know, they just
whoa, a second. So Doof is going back to, because he says in this, and I know you'll bring this up at some point, so I'm just going to steal your thunder. Oh, well, the judge told me it was either this or go to jail. So he's teaching a seminar. These are students, or these are older adult students, whatever, this is a GED course, whatever you want to say. You don't just get your lab coat before you learn the lessons and pass the test. Oh. I mean, you have to at least have a year's worth of experience before you earn a lab coat, sir. Come on now.
Well, this is kind of like his community service. He has to teach a seminar.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it was funny. There was the song was funny. The backup dancers were funny. It's like bring in the backup dancers.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that part. I thought it was hilarious that he had the whole lead up to get to the Inator portion was, he was using it on them to get them to buy his crap.
Yep.
I was like, you know what?
That's a twist.
This might actually be evil.
Yes.
I mean, normally not so evil. This time, that's kind of mean. Maybe not evil, just leaning toward mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I was like, why is he teaching random people off the street that probably, got paid $10 to be here? Why is he teaching them about how to thwart your nemesis and innators and such? I mean, it's like you're getting the evil genius handbook here.
Yep. No,
for free. You got to buy all the crap. You got all the swag. Right. And Norm is at the swag booth. He's like, "Come buy my stuff."
Well, it's a to Doof. It's a show, even though he was court ordered to be there and do it. To him, it's like putting on a show. So sell the merch, do the stuff, get the money.
Buy the book. Buy all 10 volumes of my book.
That's right.
I mean,
all 10 volumes.
That foam finger.
Exactly. Yeah, that guy was like, "Oh my god, foam finger in a classroom." It's kind of like that one episode where it was a substitute teacher convention, and it was it wasn't an episode. It was the thing. It's not Save Summer, Save the World. Summer Belongs to You. That's what it was. At the end of Summer Belongs to You, they go through, because they're on the paper airplane, and they fly through a park with a bunch of substitute teachers, and the head substitute teacher is like, "All right, who's playing pranks on us?" Because, paper airplanes in schools and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, no.
That's clever.
Foam finger. Oh, boy. Other than Mary Poppins, there are no illusions in this episode whatsoever.
I'm trying to remember, were the boys in this at all?
They were. They were doing the...
There was someone...
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They had the solar system race.
And I love this. No, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. My very educated. So this is where it falls off, because according to Irving, yada yada yada. But my very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas. If Pluto isn't a planet, she can't serve us 9 pizzas. She can only serve us 9 of something. So Pluto is a planet. Damn it.
Said that?
It did no. Oh, so yes, they did. Yes,
he said
yes.
That there was a. Yeah, he said, Pluto's not a planet, and he said, well, oh, that's right. Albert had a speaking line here, and he said, well, that's in dispute. But that, I don't think
the whole.
I don't think it's a fact.
It's not now. It was a few years ago, a number of years ago. But the whole point of me saying the whole thing about Pluto not being a planet anymore, about that's how back in the old days, folks, in when I was in elementary school in the 80s, that's how they got us to remember the planets. My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas. That's how they got us to remember them. Because each of the letters at the beginning is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Yep.
Okay.
And if Pluto isn't a planet, well, she just served us 9 of what? That's the.
That's dirty.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I wouldn't go there, but
okay, so the dirty reference that happened in this episode was Buford was racing Uranus.
Yeah.
How did he pronounce it?
Uranus, check. Buford, that is not how it is pronounced. It is on this channel.
Uranus. Yeah.
He pronounces it wrong.
Yeah, Uranus.
Uranus. Yeah. And I was like,
that's not how it's spelled. It is on this channel.
he's like, clearly this is not the right audience for Uranus.
Yep.
Or Uranus.
And,
see, that was the thing, is I've always pronounced it Uranus because that's the way I was taught.
It's
now
Uranus.
Uranus doesn't sound right at all to me. It's like, well, it's Uranus. It's not Uranus. Although that is hilarious. I mean, I do love a good potty joke, you know.
Okay, I've lost it. I swear Ferb had a line in this. Where'd it go?
Yeah, a line?
Yeah. Oh, it's not in memorable quotes. It's up here in the running gags. That's where I'm scrolling down the wrong damn thing. Ferb's line. She went intravenous right between us.
Right between.
Yep.
There is a there's a candy store. If you can call it a candy store. I want to say it's in Indiana somewhere, but it's called Uranus Fudge.
Yep. It's here in Anderson.
Is it? Oh my god, I've never actually been there, but the t-shirts are hilarious. Yeah. It's Uranus Fudge Factory. The best fudge comes from Uranus.
That's right.
Uranus Gas and Lube. We pump it in the front and lube it in the rear.
Yep.
This makes me giggle. Uranus Space Force. Keeping Uranus Klingon free. That's funny.
There are actually multiple locations of it, surprisingly. I did not realize it's not just here in Anderson, but...
Oh, I thought it was.
I thought it was too, but...
These are hilarious. Putt Pirates Mini Golf. Sink your balls into our putt holes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to delete all of this. These are funny.
No, we're not.
But yeah, it's Uranus Ice Cream Company. They actually have it's like a destination. They've got a whole restaurant and everything there. It's just chock full of potty humor.
Yep.
How have I never been there?
I don't know, because you love
I do love the potty humor. Poop jokes.
So the original Uranus Fudge Factory location was in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
And
that's why the T-shirt says Missouri Fudge or Uranus Fudge Factory store in US 66.
Yep.
Yeah, I have never traveled the entirety of US 66. I've only been at the front and the end, or the beginning. I think it starts in Chicago, and then it ends in California. What's the name of that pier? Santa Monica. At the Santa Monica Pier.
Very cool. Good old Santa Monica. You gotta love
it. 63 Earths can fit in Uranus. This is too funny. I love this. The best fudge comes from Uranus. All right. We gotta stop. We gotta keep going. We gotta wrap this up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was we can't pronounce it that way on this channel. That's why I fell down that rabbit hole.
Yep.
That Lagomorph hole. I was deep in the Lagomorph.
No. If there's any denying in this episode of this podcast, folks, it's denying of the Lagomorph. Because what the is a Lagomorph?
There is no Easter Lagomorph.
No, there is no Easter Lagomorph whatsoever. None. No. But yeah.
9 feet tall, it's got claws, got protruding jaws with another set of protruding jaws inside. Terrifying.
Yeah, very terrifying. Very, very terrifying.
What are you looking up now? Come on.
I'm not looking up anything. I'm trying to find a location. All right, what are you going to...
Where was I again?
I don't know. What are you going to give the Inator Method?
I'm going to give it a 4.
5, easily. Compared to the rest of the episodes today, this is easily a 5.
Really? Well, in comparison, maybe. I mean, this one, I really liked the song, though. That made me giggle. And, anytime you have backup dancers, that's always funnier, because...
how'd you get... That's what I love. My favorite line of the whole damn thing. Where'd you get the backup? Oh, they travel by commission or whatever it is that he says. Something about they travel with me or whatever because of the thing or whatever else. So yeah, I forget what he says. Well, you never know. I mean, it is Doofenshmirtz. He is evil. So
I'm just saying, if backup dancers followed me around, my wife would totally leave me.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not under dispute. It's a thing that would happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where is it even in here? Wait a minute. Doofenshmirtz case. Oh, constraint and effectiveness. Yeah, that'll cover it in the thwarting portion of it. I'm trying to find where.
Oh, wait.
They don't actually have it listed.
It says this is the final 11-minute episode of the original series that is set in summer vacation.
Yep. Because the rest of it is all. Nah, everybody. You wish. All right, folks. That's going to do it for us. We got 4 and a 5, 5 and a 4. We're going to go to a quick ad break here, some podcast ads, and some other stuff. We'll come back to close the show right after this.
In the meantime, I'd like to introduce you to a little thing the kids are calling ice cream.
Ice cream? Wait, what is that? Some kind of weird yelling game?
Hello, geeks and geekettes! Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks, every Friday on the Geekcast Radio Network.
Are you missing entertainment in your life? Welcome to Captain Ruggles Gaming. Whether it's guides, roleplay content, or our shenanigans with our collaborations with the 20 years standing strong Fart Clan, also known as Fast Action Response Team, or the Wrecking Crew, we have something for everyone. So join us when we traverse the cosmos of space games, survive the undead in zombie games, or just having fun in first-person shooters or random indie games. Visit us now at geekcastradio.com and youtube.com/ Captain Ruggles, or Google search Captain Ruggles Gaming. It's game time, and I'll see you out on the battlefield.
Because the world needs another movie podcast.
The Geekcast Radio Network presents for your listening pleasure the Cinema Geek.
Hosted by Amanda, Kevin, Matt, and Dan.
Each week we dive headfirst in the landscape of movies as we discuss movie news, play movie games,
go in-depth on reviews,
and even have a top 10 countdown or two.
Also, don't miss our director retrospective series, where we review noted directors' movies film by film. Bottom line is, if you love movies and love podcasts, you need to experience the Cinema Geeks.
You can find us on iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, or geekcastradio.com.
Are you in need of what the heck did I just listen to? Are you in need of a laugh at the expense of the internet? Boy, do I have a treat for you. Here at Lyrically Audacious, we turn just about anything into music. Visit us now at youtube.com/@ Lyrically Audacious, all one word. So swing by, have a laugh. Stay lyrical, stay audacious, here at Lyrically Audacious.
For the best in science fiction, join Mark Baumgarten, Vicky Jakubowski, Zion Kiros, and Juan San Miguel on the award-winning podcast Marku 42's Universe. Doctor Who, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Trek, and more are all fair game with Marku 42, which has been around since 2012 in one form or another. Marku 42's Universe is proud to be a part of Geekcast Radio Network, the best place to get your geek on. Listen to us bi-weekly or weekly if we have a topic relevant for you, our listeners. Marku 42 on Geekcast Radio Network, a match made in a galaxy near you.
Do you like the Transformers?
Yes.
Do you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Do you like IDW Comics?
And comic book podcasts?
Then come check out Ninjas and Bots. Each week we look at an issue of Transformers
or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from their IDW Comics incarnation. We drop episodes every Saturday morning.
Just like the cartoons we loved as a kid. The show can be found on your favorite podcatcher and at johnreadscomics.com.
See you then.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm the host of the Rock Nerd Radio Show, which airs live on HudsonRiverRadio.com every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It also gets backed up as a podcast, which you can find on your preferred podcasting platform. Every week on my show, I talk about all kinds of pop culture. I talk about music, I talk about movies, TV, comics, collectibles, and so much more. I also feature a guest on my show periodically, which you might enjoy. I have a couple of special segments on my show, one called the Cover Song of the Week and My Favorite Thing in the World This Week. If you think this sounds cool, check it out sometime. I hope you do.
On the Simplistic Reviews podcast, we talk movies. We talk TV. We talk...
Hello, Julie, what the heck are you doing?
Trying to make our spots sound more exciting by adding explosions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have got the point across with sound effects, not the real thing.
Download the show on iTunes or at simplisticreviews.blogspot.com.
I'm sure your insurance company will cover that.
No, they won't.
No, they probably won't.
I am Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, and I'm here to introduce you to my 8-step program for ruling the tri-state area. I mean, overcoming obstacles on the path to self-fulfillment. Right, nothing evil there.
All right, folks, we are back here inside the podcast organization without a cool acronym. The solar system racetrack thing, I think, was really cool. I think that was fun. It was kind of overshadowed by the rest of it because of Doof and the Inator Method and all that, but whereas the other two episodes today, when Phineas and Ferb stuff kind of got put to the background or whatever, I just didn't care. I didn't really miss it. This, if they had pushed this to the background a little bit more, I probably would have missed it a little bit more, because I did think that was pretty cool. Any other final thoughts from you, sir, before I run through the closing?
You know what we didn't do? In the very beginning, I don't remember you asking me if I was ready to start.
No, I didn't. Which means we haven't actually started the show yet, apparently.
All right. Good night, everybody. See
you next good night, everybody. See you next week. Oh, speaking of next week, you got anything else, or you want me to run through this? It's up to you.
No, I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining us here on Palco. There are so ways to get in contact with us, leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can listen to and comment on all of our content. You can now buy hats, t-shirts, and all kinds of other things at our brand new store. Visit shop.geekcastradio.com. Send us an email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. You can check us out on any of the podcasting clients you choose to use, whether you're a fruity Apple person with Apple Podcasts or you're a superior Android user with Spotify. You can follow us on Twitter at GeekCastRadio for the network. I am at TF2 and Mike. He doesn't do Twitter much anymore, but he's still there. Pecan CT Michael. He's still there. He's still there.
Sort of. I recently discovered Threads. I don't know if I like that any better. They're still kind of seek highly over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all whack. Every corner of it. It's like, this is a Dan Rather, that's a Peter. This is a Dan Rather, that's a Tom Brokaw. In the middle is Peter Jennings somewhere, but we can't find him because he's Canadian, unfortunately. But that is what we loved about ABC News, was that they were neutral for the most part back in the 80s. Not now.
Oh, not after the end of. Well, let's not get into it. All right, go ahead.
No. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Palco and wish you'll join us for the next time when we'd be discussing Act your age, because none of us actually act your age around here, folks.
Oh God, no.
Your age, my age, right? Our age. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely 25 for 12-year-old boys.
Yeah. Actually, 25 minutes
on a 12-year-old boy.
Well, we're all 12-year-olds at some point or another.
Deep
real life, fake life.
Of my mind, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Back when I was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog. I can't do it.
See?
No, sorry.
I had to actually put my fingers on my larynx here to make sure I could get this voice sounding like this. Yeah. Oh God.
Your Nathan Lane's a little off.
Yeah, it's a little off, isn't it? Yeah. For now, I'm TF2 and Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Thank you for listening. Until next time. Oh, yeah. And unleash the geek in you.
But wait, there's more.
There's only one Nathan Lane, and he's Nathan Laning.
That's right. You might say he's bird caging.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
92, I think?
When I think of Birdcage, I think more of Robin Williams, though.
Robin Williams. Well, I mean, they're both in it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but Robin Williams, man.
Yeah. Good old genie.
Yeah. There's not really any more. That's about it.